Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year. My name is Chris T, and I don't know about any of you, but I am super excited for 2023. So today, I decided to show you all this project that I wanted to work on. I actually saw this from someone on TikTok, and they did this project for the entirety of 2022 where they took a huge embroidery ring, I don't know exactly what it's called, and they just stitched small little images of every single day. And I thought, wow, what a cool and fun project and a way to remember your year. So I decided that I wanted to take that on and I would do it a little bit differently. I'm not an embroiderer, so I wanted to do this big watercolor piece. So I drew this tentative circle on a big piece of watercolor paper, and I decided to draw something every day that had some kind of meaning or that had something to do with that day, and then paint it as detailed as possible. So the first thing that I painted was the Eagles logo, because the first day of the year was on a Sunday and I was watching football that day with my boyfriend and his family. Now I realized after drawing this that I drew it really big, and honestly I don't think I'll be able to fit 365 images on this piece of paper if I continue at the size that I've been drawing at, but we'll see, because I can always break out of the circle that I drew and fill up the entire page. So that in mind, I didn't draw a title for this because I'd like to draw it at the end, just because I'm not sure how the paper space is going to go. So on day 2, I decided to draw this little fish. My cat recently turned 1 year old, and I bought him this toy fish that shakes its tail really crazy after you charge it. And he seems to like it. I enjoy it. I think it's really funny. So I just kind of plopped this on my desk and decided to paint the fish toy that my cat really likes. And so this project has been fun for me so far. It doesn't actually take me very long to draw these images and to paint them. I think the longest time is waiting for things to dry before I paint over it, but that doesn't even take too long since I'm not using that much water or paint with these miniature drawings. But I'm excited to share this with you all. I really hope that if you don't have a creative project for 2023, you consider one. Even though we're already about a week in, or about 2 weeks in, I guess, at this point, you can definitely get something started like this. I think it'd be fun. And if anyone wants to do this idea, please feel free. I would love to see your drawings by the end of the year. I'm hoping that I keep with it. I know I won't draw every day, and that's totally fine. I can easily remember what I did like in the past week to make up for some drawings that I might have missed. And I think it's also a nice tip to keep some kind of journal with me, just to make sure that if I can't draw that day, I can write down something from that day so I remember to draw it later. So the next thing you see me drawing is a Starbucks coffee cup. I went to Starbucks this day with my friend. I met up with her. I hadn't seen her in a while, and I just wanted to hang out because it was now the new year, and I said we have to get together. So even though I don't drink coffee, I did get a hot chocolate, so I decided to draw the mug as a remembrance of that. Now, as I was drawing these pieces, I wasn't sure how to fill up the page. Like when I drew the Eagles logo, I drew it huge, and I kind of just let it sit by itself, and I drew the fish somewhere else. But after I drew the fish, I said, I want this to kind of be the basis of thinking of the size. And so here on after, I draw everything surrounding this fish. And it's kind of funny because the Eagles logo is still kind of by itself. But it's okay, you know, we're slowly but surely figuring it out. I think it's kind of daunting, even with some drawings on this paper, to like draw on something so big and white with these mini little drawings. And this is supposed to be low pressure. I'm not supposed to take it as like a really great piece of artwork, but I do want them to be kind of cute and detailed in their own little way. So this next drawing that you see me making here is a chocolate cake, and I was so proud of this chocolate cake. My boyfriend's birthday passed. He's a early January birthday, which is interesting. I've never known anyone with a January birthday in my personal life, so it was fun celebrating with him, and all he asked for his birthday was a homemade meal. And I thought, oh, that's really cute, and I am up for the task. And so I actually made a full-on 2-layer cake for the first time in my life. I made buttercream for the first time in my life. And so his favorite flavor cake is chocolate. I had to add some strawberries in the cake because I think chocolate covered strawberries are the best. And this cake came out so good. The recipe was amazing. So it was fun drawing this little cake with a little candle to signify his birthday. The next drawing is a Converse shoe, and it's because I was trying on all of my shoes for a TikTok video. I'm cleaning out my closet currently, and so I was getting rid of some shoes, but the one shoe that I didn't get rid of was both of my Converses because I love them so much. So I couldn't think of anything else that stood out for the day, and I decided to draw this Converse shoe. Now, even though I've only been doing this for 2 weeks so far, I've really been enjoying this small little project. I think it's so fun to find creative outlets that excite you, and I think this is going to be really good for me because it will keep me drawing and making art, even if it's just these little doodles. And I feel like I always want to become more of a detail-oriented artist, so forcing myself to draw these small little doodles is also making my brain think about how do we create detail in such a finite space, and that's really important to me. So I feel like this is going to be just that for me. And considering I did something similar with my Pokemon drawing that I did last year, I feel like this is kind of a nice new project. And instead of having the structure of every single Pokemon of a generation, this is like my day-to-day life. And I think that's fun. It's like a different way to journal. And I am enjoying the process so far. And I think this is going to be good for me because when I've tried to do like drawing every day, that was always so rigid. And by like the end of month 1, I couldn't keep up with it. But for my resolutions this year, I have a great many methods to keep myself faithful to it. And I feel hopeful for my resolutions this year. I'm not putting the pressure on that I have to do it every day. I'm thinking of it as like one day at a time. Every day is a new day. And I have a few things in place to keep me organized and structured. So the last thing you saw me paint was a little toad mushroom from Mario. I've been enjoying watching Dashi on YouTube play Super Mario Maker. And I recently found his channel, which is crazy to me because I love watching gamers on YouTube. But after I saw him play, I was like, oh, he's such good energy. So I painted this little mushroom because it seemed like a good way to think about that. And so the last thing that you'll see me paint is the Wawa Goose logo, and it's because I had a really lazy weekend and all I remember doing was eating Wawa, and that was about it. If you don't know what Wawa's is, it's like a Sheetz or just like a gas station with a mini mart, and that's pretty much it. So these are my drawings for the first week of the new year, but I will post a picture at the end so that you can see where I'm at the end of week 2, since I'm posting this video at the end of week 2. And it's just been really fun and a great creative release. So I hope you all find good ways to be creative this year. I hope you have a happy, healthy new year, as I always say, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.